Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Howler for an hour. We're going to be checking out a game called Warside now. And if you look at it first glance, you can probably tell what inspiration it wears on its sleeve. This is very Advanced Wars coded, very, very much so. Um, it is a game that, from what I can tell, plays an awful lot like Advance Wars. It is a strategy game where you have vehicles and troops, and you go around and try to capture HQs and stuff. And I've never played an Advance Wars game, and neither has Charm, but we are aware of it. We are aware of the series and how it has pretty cool, colorful characters and things that happen. This game looks like it has a pretty good art style too. We'll see where it goes with it. And no, there is sound. Don't worry. I had to disable. Um, Weird thing. I'll just get into right now. I had to turn on content creator mode because apparently the game has licensed music. Um, Thought it would replace the soundtrack. Not sure if it is or isn't. Maybe once we get into a stage, it'll actually play some other alternative music or something. But for the main menu here, it just muted the sound entirely. So we'll see where that goes after we get through the intro. But on that note, if you like the video, do think about giving it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. And if you want to help out by coming over to Twitch and hanging out with us and being friendly, think about doing that too if you want to, because it's a lot of fun. We also have a pretty cool Discord server you can go look at over there. There is a coffee link if you want to help us directly monetize your content, and there is a merch store if you want to buy some neat little knickknacks here and there. But the links are all in the description, and check them out there. But yeah, so as it might be obvious just through my intro, I already have a few opinions about the music thing. So before I muted the music, obviously you guys can't hear because I muted it. But before I muted the music, it kind of just sounded like generic music, which is a bit of a shame. Because one thing that Advance Wars did is it had a really good soundtrack. I don't know if you guys heard the Advance Wars games, but as far as I know, all the music is really cool in that game, in those games and stuff. Every commander had their themes and stuff. I'm gonna guess that the licensed music does play across this game with like character themes and stuff, but that does kind of make me scratch my head and go, if this game is trying to be inspired by Advance Wars, then why wouldn't it have its own soundtrack too? Because Advance Wars put a lot of personality. Because I mean, technically, if I remember correctly, in Advance Wars, all the characters were basically just portraits that talked and did things. So their character themes and stuff were a big deal to give them personality. So now I do notice there's a multiplayer and an editor, so that's pretty cool. But we're going to go ahead and look at the campaign. Certainly for starters, at least. Um, well, okay. Okay. I pressed controller buttons for a little bit, but apparently it was looking at my mouse and panned up here, but wasn't paying attention to my controller. Okay, okay. We're down here. All right, now we're good. War games. Eliminate all enemy units. Standard difficulty. Okay. Lieutenant Jackson, reporting for duty, sir. You're very milquetoast looking, sir. Beckett. So you're the new hotshot everyone talked about. Very well, see what you're made of. How about a quick war game? Is there no music? So I appreciate that they let you disable the copyright music, licensed music. I appreciate that for content creator mode. That's really appreciated. But usually, games that let you turn off the copyrighted music will switch it out for an alternative soundtrack. What's that one game? What's the rhythm action game that everybody really loves? The one with the cat, the floaty cat robot, floaty cat robot music game, rhythm action game. Everybody loved it. I know somebody doesn't know what I talked about.
Everyone?
No, not that one.
Okay.
The one that's a 3D action game, but also music rhythm based. And oh geez, hold on a second. 1 second. Hi-Fi Rush, thank you.
Yeah,
that's it. Hi-Fi Rush. So, anyways, I'm going to call it Hi-Fi Rush here because I'm going to commend it because Hi-Fi Rush also had a copyrighted soundtrack. But if you were a streamer, you could disable the copyrighted soundtrack and you'd have an entirely different soundtrack, which was really impressive because it was a music-based game with music-based timing and stuff. So basically, they just wrote two. They had two entire soundtracks, one copyrighted music and one non-copyrighted music, for the entire game, which was really impressive. And that was a game based around its music. So that was really impressive. But so, anyways, that's the standard I expect when I see a. Do you want to disable copyrighted music because streamer? I expect a replacement soundtrack now. Like, yeah.
If you didn't want just like there's why
yeah,
not
I could just
mute
mute
button,
This
mute
is
button, yeah.
disable copyrighted music button. A fancy button, and it's nice they made a fancy button for that. But there's another word for that, and that is a mute button. Yeah, we're gonna do it this way. Geez, I guess I need to put it on, or this will be really boring feeling. Because I also think that a tactical based game also needs music to kind of keep things exciting. Because it's turn based stuff, and without any music, it's going to be like it's so slow, you know. So let's see what I can do for you guys. I'm going to my music folder. I think we might have some Advance Wars somewhere. Some music on this folder. I don't know.
You're back.
Okay. Well, actually, I don't think I do, but don't worry. I have another idea. So far's domain, save me. It's basically a video game upload site. You can just play music off of that. So let's see. Okay. There we go. Well, it's for stuff besides music, but it's really good for music because it's really easy to get to the music. So let's just put on some Advance Wars music to make it feel better, and then we'll actually play. Sorry if anybody thinks I'm being picky, but I kind of feel like this matters. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that, and then I'll just open that. Can I make that loop? I cannot make that loop. Okay, that's fine. What I can do is download it, though. So I'll do that. So yeah, we're just gonna slip some music in here. Now, if the game does have any music, we'll hear it pop up at some point at least. But I don't think it does, so we'll just work off of this. Okay. Yeah, I put on Neil's theme. Please don't sue Nintendo. I don't think they care about that sort of music too much. A little one-on-one test script, please. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it. Start simple. Yeah. And if you've never heard of Advance Wars music and you don't understand what I'm complaining about with the whole music thing, well, now you can see what kind of personality that game had. And I think it's fair to compare this game's take on music, which is compared like just copyrighted songs, compared to Advance Wars, because I'm sorry, but this game wants to be Advance Wars, right? So maybe we should take a musical page from it too, if it wants to be, because it's very clearly being that. So let's see. Actually, let's see if this game differs from Advance Wars, though, because I haven't played it, so I guess we'll see. So a few unit types, and you're good enough to move on to that stuff. Okay. Each unit has its strengths and limitations. Tanks can move before firing. But your longer range artillery units are limited to one action, either move or fire. I think that's okay. So we've seen enough Advance Wars videos that I can say that is normal for you artillery and Advance Wars too.
Yep.
Most units can move and fire, but some units have to settle down and then fire without moving. Try to take out my tank with your artillery before it can move. Select the artillery with A, then select the tank with A. Oh, you can tell it's an artillery because... Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the artillery in Advance Wars look significantly different from the tank?
Yes, it did.
This
More
looks
than
like...
just pointing there.
If you look at the difference here...
There.
Yeah. If you look at this, the tanks are down there on the road. You can see my tanks down there. Those are tanks. And the artillery is the one with the arrow above it. So it's interesting to me, though, the artillery doesn't look that different from the tank. Now, one thing I know about Advance Wars is having every unit be quickly identifiable is really good for just... That's part of the reason it took off like it did, because every unit is really easy to make out. Like, they all have their unique silhouettes and stuff. So it makes it really easy to scan the battlefield and go like, oh, okay, I know what's going on. So having the units be sort of similar looking to each other is actually kind of a bigger deal than it might seem. You might mix up, like, if I did a scan of the battlefield and saw a tank and an artillery next to each other, I might mix them up, and that could be very disastrous for my strategy. So let's see. So we're gonna preview when I select it. Okay. So we have a little buggy. Yeah, a lot of types of buildings. It looks like this might be a city, but also that might be a city too. It's a bit different for it looking though. Can I like select them? Oh, I can't select them yet. Okay. We're stuck in a tutorial, so I can't learn about other things yet. But yeah, so then 47%. This is our movement range. Okay. Wait a minute. You notice how there's no sound effects? Shouldn't we be hearing like boom, boom, crash, crash?
Yeah.
I might need to go back to the sounds to make sure that turning off copyright music didn't turn off most of the sounds. I say most though, because when I change pages on the dialogue, we do hear sounds there. Let's see here. If I were you, I'd take out my buggy of your tanks. Tanks can only attack adjacent units. They can move and fire in a single action. Oh. Is that how the tanks work in Advance Wars? I thought they could fire from a little distance.
Oh, what?
It says here the tanks can only attack adjacent units. So in other words, they can't shoot from a distance? Okay. I thought they could shoot from a distance. But I guess that makes artillery more useful than it can. So that makes sense. Oh, it has 6 HP. I'm guessing it had 10? I'm guessing the unit has 10 HP because that's how it works in Advance Wars. So when it's damaged, you'll see its health bar. If you don't see a health bar, it's not damaged. But if you see it damaged, it has a health bar like that, and it's weaker too, so whenever it attacks you... Here's the cool thing, if you weaken a unit, in Advance Wars, it basically just reduces the amount of units or the quality of that unit, so when it attacks back at lower health, it will do less damage too. So it kind of... Yeah, you can weaken a unit, and then it's like less effective and stuff, it's less dangerous. Takes work like that in Advance Wars. Okay, thank you. Again, I haven't played them, so... before I continue, though... Let me just check something. Oh my gosh. I have to press each individual button press to move this, and I can't hold it down. One moment, please. Tap, 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 tap. No, I figured I'd turn the content creator... I figured I'd turn the licensed music back on, but have the music volume muted. Like this. And that way, if there are any other sound effects that are getting muted, we'll hear them. So now we should hear boom, bang, bang, and stuff, if that exists. Huh? I thought I had to move up to it, but okay. Oh, so you can choose to attack an enemy that's not close enough. Okay, there's still no sound. So you can choose to attack an enemy that's not close enough, and it'll actually move you to it if you can. So what's weird there is they didn't want me to move and then attack. They wanted me just to attack and auto-move to the target, which I guess that works. So you can give orders to rescue units, you can move them into new positions, fire on more of my units, it's your call. You're finished, you end your turn by selecting Epitaph A to bring up the mini-menu. Like that. Okay, cancel intern. Okay, I see. And battle power. So we do have commander powers like Advance Wars 2, I think. Okay, so can I like scroll this? Oh, okay, it doesn't go up that. Can I like look at my units? Can I look at what things do? Okay, this is a barracks, okay. So I can make infantry here. They have 3 feet. That's very impressive. No, that's how far they can move. They're oh, you can see a little thing here telling you what they're good against. So it says here they're a direct unit, which means they gotta... I think direct units have to be a tile away from what they're attacking, and indirect can do things like their artillery where they attack from a distance. They have a view of 3. They don't require a field because they're people, and they can move 3 tiles. They're good against other infantry and bad against everything else because they're infantry. They're cheap. What's this out here? I don't know. It's a city. I'm gonna guess the city gives us money every turn, because isn't that what happened in Advance Wars? The more cities you capture, the more money every turn. And here's a factory. We can make the buggy, artillery, and tank. Honestly, I like the sprite work. I have no complaints about the sprite work. I just have a complaint about the fact they made the artillery and tank look a little too similar. They could have done a little bit more to differentiate them. Oh, this is especially confusing on the tank graphic of the guys holding their gun upwards. Look at that. Let's see. So the buggy is good against buggies and infantry. The artillery is good against everything but heavy tanks. And the tank is good against everything but heavy tanks and armored tanks, whatever those are. Wait, are those different tanks? I guess they are. Hold on. Oh, they're good against other tanks. Okay, the heavy tank does look a little bit different, though, at least. It has bigger treads and little thing on the side. I guess we'll have to see what the big picture looks like later. Okay. So I can make some units. I don't think I need to at the moment. Let's see how far buggy goes. Buggy goes far. They said I could attack his other units or whatever, but I actually can't do that this turn, so... Wait, I can move to his tile? What happens if I do that? Oh, I can. Okay. Enter. Okay, so that guy just attacked that city to start capturing it. That guy is shooting at me. I'm shooting at him. Did they release this game without sound effects, though? And I'm not counting the like little page sounds of clicking the... That is so weird. Who would release an Advance Wars style game where you don't get to hear a boom, boom, boom every time you're fighting guys? And there's just a complete silence.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that feel extremely unfinished? For reference, if you play an Advance Wars game and you get two units attacking each other, there's a bunch of like fire of whatever they're doing. Like if it's a tank, you'll hear gunfire, you'll hear cannon fire, and if it's infantry, you'll hear give you a view of guns and stuff. Advance Wars infantry have 99 units of fuel. Oh, they do. There must be rations. So we receive additional income at the start of each turn based on properties hold. Income. Units will come for free, soldier. Oh, I thought they did. Apparently, okay. I like how he's like, income? What's that? The more properties you have, the more income you'll generate, and the more units you can buy. You can capture empty structures and cities using ground infantry units. And if they are not empty, expect to fight. If they are under enemy control, you'll need to clear them out first. Most units can attack structures, but only ground infantry can capture them. Okay, so just like Advance Wars, you can only use ground inventory to... Wait. In Advance Wars, could you attack, like cities and stuff with tanks and stuff? I thought only infantry could, right?
Yeah, to capture the cities and stuff, yeah.
Well, what's weird here is that Beckett said to capture these things we need infantry, but to attack them, to weaken them, we could use other things like tanks. That's a bit confusing. Use this infantry unit to capture the empty city. Select the infantry of 8, select city of 8. Okay. Two. Now it's yours. It's mine by 2. And you receive additional income in your next turn. Also, he just like poked it quietly. What is with the lack of sounds? It's really throwing me off a little bit. So 2 health points. Okay, so the city has health. Wait, does Advance Wars have health for the cities and stuff?
No, they only had capture points.
Okay.
But once they were captured, they reset it back.
Wasn't it like a flank system where like an infantry steps on like you're capturing, like it resets it after? It's like it's kind of like capture the flank, where you lower the enemy's flank enough and then it's yours. But it wasn't really a health system. So there's a health system here, which means that now Beckett could roll over and shoot my building with his tank, and he would make it go neutral, I suppose, and then he could capture it with an infantry. So he can actually attack, the city because it has health. Huh. All structures will regenerate over time, gain 2 additional health points at the start of each turn. Okay, that's good. I mean, it kind of makes sense that you can shell a city to get out the enemy, so that is not a fair. That's a fair change to make. that also means that, like, I can go over here and... Yeah, I can attack his... Yeah, I can attack his building, so... Let's see. I mean, the animation's pretty much on point for, like, what you'd expect from an Advance Wars, like. But the lack of sound just removes all the punch it normally would have. So strange. I guess if I don't take out the infantry, he's just gonna recapture the city, so... Excellent, this isn't your first war game, is it? No, sir, but I'm glad these are dummy rounds. Yeah, that's why they're disintegrating the soldiers when we shoot them. Dummy rounds. I mean, I'm not trying to judge a book by its cover, but these characters look very boring. Something else about Advance Wars is they had really, really fantastical characters, and they were very interesting fellows. So I feel like this is getting, weirdly enough, like the... Wait, did that guy just cross the water? I didn't even think of trying crossing the water. I guess the infantry could do that, at least. Oh. Yeah, normally we would hear... So in Advance Wars, not only would we hear, like, the attack sounds when the two units are fighting, but every time a unit moves, we would hear, like, if it's a bug, it'd go vroom, and it would, if it was a tank, it'd go take treads. And so, like, there's so much sound that Advance Wars has that this game doesn't. And it really removes the punch of what's going on. I'm sorry if I'm complaining too much, but it's like, I find it remarkable it doesn't have sound. Well, I mean, it's not even just a complaint that Advance Wars has sound, so this should too. No, a video game should have sound. That's just kind of how it should be, in most cases at least. Okay, the main character seems very boring, though. Like, it feels like they designed the most boring character they could. I mean, look at his face portrait in the upper... You guys can't even see it here. Let me show you this. Like, again, graphics are a big part of a war game, and I'm sorry, I'm not really invested in Mr. White Guy. I don't know, it's just... He's so normal.
I know.
This is an NPC portrait for, like, many... This is like an NPC you find in an RPG. Like this, yeah, I'll just make a basic portrait for Mr. Random Item Shop Owner or something. Oh, I think they want me to craft something. Okay, let's see. I'm making more artillery, because I like shooting from a distance. So it does mean I have to set them up, but... I also would like that factory. There we go. It's not my... I guess I can't build it just yet. Can't shoot that guy. Okay. Everything's just out of range of the artillery. They did park the units well. They parked them just outside the artillery in every position, so... That was smart. So, can I not attack that unit? Oh wait, that's artillery, silly me. See, I already mixed it up! I thought it was a tank! Alright, let's see. There we go. I wanted to move specifically like that. So I'm gonna weaken these buggies. Then take out this buggy, probably. This buggy. There we go. And then move over here and take out this buggy. Okay. One unused unit? Oh yeah, I guess the artillery didn't do anything, but oh well. Uh-oh. I did leave them up for that, I guess. Oh, they spawned out a tank. I probably should have Probably should use the factory. What's the First World War? Know thy enemy. Well, the A over enemy unit will show where that unit can move. Only B will show their attack range. Oh, okay. Okay. Threat warnings. Yeah. Yep, it's early. Cannot attack adjacent tiles. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, there's the threat range, there's the movement range. I see. Okay, any tanks can't immediately do anything, though, which is a bit of a shame. And see, now this is artillery. Since there's people up in the artillery, that means that the artillery can't really do anything. It can run away, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Can't you hit the city?
It could shoot the city. Let's do that.
I mean, I was just asking. No need to.
It did 1 damage. Well, not even animation for that. Okay. Alright then. It's fine now. Let's see. Let's keep aiming for good matchups. Yeah. Now, aren't there terrain bonuses for attacking army? Oh, yeah, that's your HQ. I should beat it up. But what actually... Flank attack! It doesn't actually count for flank attack, but... Wait a minute! They didn't attack back! I guess you can flank!
No, because this is an artillery. They can't attack back because they're not in range. Oh,
it's an artillery, silly me. And then they... Yeah, again, I missed that!
Yeah.
Definitely helps that it's not... It's partially for ability, so I have even less graphics to look at. Those two will just slowly take each other out. Oh no! Oh, they took out one. Oh well. Actually, I guess rolling out artillery here wouldn't be a bad idea. It's fairly well protected if I put it down here. And that would make some of their units run away at the very least. Wait! There is gunfire with the buggy, I just heard it. Wait, why do I... In that case, why does there sound sometimes but not other times? That's a bit better. Wait, what's the threat range? Ah! So look at this. If I move this tank behind him, the artillery get an extra turn. But if I just move him up here... I think that's the key, to make sure to be careful with the artillery. Wait a minute! We're hearing sounds now. It's a little quiet, but do you hear it? It's there now. Wait, did turning off content creator mode turn it back on? The sound, I mean? Oh, that's hilarious if that actually worked. So we've been hearing attack sounds. Take the building. Good. And hide in the forest. That's good. Safer that way. Can I? No. I was wondering if I could combine units to heal them. I think that's a mechanic in Advance Wars.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack their city a little bit. And then... yeah, that's good. I don't think I could do much with him. So let's see if we can still hear attack sounds. I'm gonna try something in a second. Yeah. So there's totally attack sounds.
Yep.
Yeah, the infantry is going for the tanks. Alright. Interesting the artillery didn't want to go for me. But here's the thing. So we heard attack sounds. Let me try something. Now I'm going to turn content creator mode back on. Let's see what happens. Because I have a little bit of a hunch now. That takes care of the artillery. Let's move the buggy up. Start pushing on him. Can't quite hit that guy. That's okay. Because I can do this. Yeah, there is still sound effects. So, I guess we just triggered a glitch somehow. I don't know how exactly. I know I just have to capture the HQ. Actually, I may as well take this guy and hit him. I know I just have to take the HQ, but I also want to destroy his units. Interesting, it automatically ended my turn because I was out of money. They're trying. It's only one take, but it's still a little much for them. That's all. Wait, that's all he could do. Okay then. Yeah, I might as well just move the artillery up at this point. I'm gonna systematically take down his empire. You finish that guy off? Oh wait, no, you're right. That's right. Boop. Also, I wonder if I surround his factory of units. Congratulations, you might be a hotshot after all. I don't know about that too. If you surround their factory of units, can they spawn more? Oh, I did it. I guess taking out all those units is also a win condition. Fair enough. Alright. So we do have sound back, but... yeah, I don't know. Let me check something before we continue. I need to understand what this game has. I'm wondering to myself... well, it's a tricky thing. Because this game's atmosphere hurts immensely because I can't turn on music for it, so I have to play my own. But let's see what people say about the game in the reviews. I normally would look at this at the end of a session of playing the game, but I think I'm going to look at after doing one mission. Let's look at the reviews before I do another mission. I will do at least one more mission, but let's look at the reviews before I do, because I am a little curious what people are saying. Oh, is that Pirate Software guy? This Pirate Software guy. He's streaming. He streamed it, I guess. But I would like to know general opinions here. So first off, 221 reviews, mixed reviews. Okay, I'm feeling mixed too, and I don't know if I'm being picky. It's a little hard to tell. What do you think? Like, Christos, what is your current opinion?
Well.
The gameplay seems all right. Like, I don't really have a problem with it so far.
Mhm.
Kind of a few little differences over Advance Wars, but it's following like 90% of the beats so far for Advance Wars. Maybe when it gets more complex, it'll have more of its own identity, though. I don't think it needs
Uh-huh.
to have its own identity. I think if this game was just literally Advance Wars gameplay, that wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. So I don't really mind how close or far away it is from it, as long as it's mechanically fun. Um, but let's see what we got here from the reviews, because I'm feeling weird vibes from this. Um, actually, yeah. Before I do though, so Christoph, your opinion so far is Ebebe?
Well, kind of generic.
Generic. That's the word. It's like it's taking
Mm-hmm.
Advance Wars things and it's doing some of the Advance Wars stuff well. I like the sprite work a lot, except for the part where you can't tell the difference between an artillery and a tank, which I feel like won't be an isolated problem. I have a bad feeling there might be other units I mix up if I keep going. But so that's readability is a problem there. But
Mm-hmm.
also, what are these characters? They look like they. You know what they look like? Both the Beckett character and the character we're playing as. They look like characters you'd find in like a Super Nintendo game based on the Civil War. They look like I don't know. They look like oh yeah, there's the South and the North, and there's historical battles. Like that's what they look like. They took from. They look like they're from that era. It's kind of funny. Um, let's see what the people say here. So the most helpful reviews are mostly not recommended. Let's see. This game was released before it was finished. Yeah, I got that vibe. Yes, I'm aware the devs have been patching and bug fixes and missing content. However, it should have been properly tested and finished before it was launched, not after. I definitely feel that still applies here with the music thing because, well, first off, it's kind of. I'm not against a game using a licensed soundtrack. For some games, that makes a lot of sense. I could see it for like a game that's music based. For instance, I mean, again, like we were talking about earlier. Um, I already forgot the name of it again. Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush uses a copyright soundtrack for its main soundtrack, and that's fine because it actually vibes through the game, like what they're going for and stuff. Like the main character is like a wannabe rock star that loves listening to rock music and stuff. So naturally, having a copyrighted soundtrack, it fits his character. It like directly fits with everything. Um, but some games do. So I'm gonna say that some games have a copyrighted soundtrack. That makes sense. Another good example is like the Guitar Hero series that has a copyrighted soundtrack because it's the idea is like, hey, these famous songs that you like, now you can play them. Like again, makes sense. Um, but I think having a copyrighted soundtrack doesn't make sense when it's something where it doesn't bring something new, like something more to the table. In this case, a lot of games, like some games, are good with a copyrighted soundtrack, but the problem with having one is that you don't have the game doesn't have its own identity then, except for unless it does. Like I said, those examples I gave where I praised copyright music being used in the game, those games have their own identity. Those games are doing something with it. But a random Advance Wars style game not having its own soundtrack is a detriment to that style of game, I think. I think a tactical based game should have its own soundtrack, its own thing going on, so that it can set moods for the scenes. Because, again, it's a tactical game, it's not super active, actiony gameplay. So the music is important to help set the mood of what's going on and how you should be feeling if there's a story and stuff like that. Because it's mostly just portraits talking to each other and then some units running around and shooting each other. So music is an important part of the play, important part of the setting, important part of the setting what you're trying to do with the game. Um, so having a copyright soundtrack in that case, which again doesn't set the game to have a unique identity, I think that's a bad thing. And the fact that you can use the fact that there's a button to turn off the copyrighted music, but it doesn't replace it with any other music and literally just mutes the game, that's really weird. Like, if you're gonna give, I feel like that option was put in. I kind of feel like I'm gonna make a prediction, and I don't know if this is true or not. So this is just me making a prediction. But when this game released, I bet you that there was not a button to disable copyrighted music, and it was just copyrighted music, and then people started trying to stream it and make videos, and then a whole bunch of people got upset because they got copyright claims, and so the devs hastily patched in that button to disable the copyrighted music, and that's why there's a glorified mute button that says that, because they got complaints because and and we've seen this in Howler for an Hour before. We've seen multiple devs try to cheap out on the music and then just use the copyrighted stuff, and then that causes problems for content creators. And then the content creators, have a problem and they express it. We've seen that numerous times. The number of videos we've had copyright claims with in the Howler for an Hour series is staggering, absolutely staggering, and that's a lot of games don't even credit who they're taking that music from. But it's also very sad because there's a lot of actually good royalty-free sources that wouldn't have that happen, but devs don't even use those typically. Let alone, having a custom soundtrack. I get this. Like it's expensive to hire a musician, so I understand. But at the very least, let's stopgap with some royalty-free music. And indeed, they could stopgap with royalty-free music here. When you hit that button, they could replace it with some royalty-free music, for example, from Dova Syndrome, or I think GameArtMusic.com is a site. I don't remember what that site's name is, but there's another one I was told about recently that also has a lot of good music that are available for royalty free too. And there's a few other sites where there's no catches. You could just use the music. But yeah, let's read the rest of these. Let's read a few of these reviews though. So yeah,
came back right time for a Tucker rant, huh?
Hello, Crimson. Welcome back from Easter. But yeah, so this seems to track with the vibes I'm getting. There's something to say when you play a game that gets released before it has content and bug fixes and stuff that should be there. If a game releases before it's finished, you can tell. And if a game releases before it's finished and then hastily patches are done to try to finish the content, you can still kind of see the patch job. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that there's a patch job going on sometimes even after all that's done. And that's kind of what I was noticing. That was the kind of vibe I was getting. Let's see. If you like Advance Wars, this game has the potential to be very fun. Has some lovely ideas with unique units, and the CO powers are neat. I'll try to see one before we stop this stream for this game. We'll try to see at least one power. Except for the AI never uses them like they're supposed to. Oh, that's too bad. So I hope they keep working on it. But you should not spend $25 on an unfinished game. Give this one more time to... Oh, this is $25.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's in CAD, but yeah, that's 25 USD. Yeah, that's an oof. That makes it the most expensive game we played today. And remember how I praised the other three, so that's a bit of a problem. Let's see. Another negative review says, despite the false promises of content not being present during a full release. Oh yeah, this wasn't an early access thing. They went right to full release and didn't even use early access. That's even worse. You had one shot in blue, especially with the price. Should have been labeled EA for those reasons alone. Fuel and ammo consumption is apparently a thing in this game, but it's not. Okay. Does it just not consume it? Damage calculations are whack. Not sure what he means with that. It's not very factual statement to say. And some issues that are being addressed but aren't fixed. It feels like the demo version, but with more campaign maps and editor mode, with the exception of a new faction that have unique units. Oh, wait, they don't exist yet, even though they're mentioning them in the campaign. Oh! So this game is literally early access because it doesn't actually have, like, a whole faction and stuff. So that's going to be added in later. That's what we call an early access release, devs. Wow. Which is what you didn't do. Yeah, I mean, I understand a game getting, like, some bonus DLC and stuff, but if, like, one of the main core factions isn't in the game that was advertised for, then that's not this game is finished, but we're going to add content later. That is, this game is not finished because this is one of the core content it's a core package thing, right? So if the core package doesn't have what you said it was going to have, then that is not a full release, even if you're pretending like it is. That's no good. So this sounds disingenuous a little bit. Would recommend buying on sale, but I do recommend. This game is rough around the edges. I think the devs launched way too soon. This is a positive review, and they still are saying, like, yeah. But apparently, Advance Wars type game that aims to focus on mobility and speed. They think they succeeded there because they find the matches flow really fast and engagingly. Yeah, I feel like the pace was fine when you start doing things. I don't really like the base capture system where units attack cities, factories, etc. because it's very easy to cheese the AI and you're just doing this instead of engaging your own units. Ooh. Actually, I did notice they were prioritizing my building when they had the chance, so that makes sense. Basics can spawn up to 4 units at once, funds permitting, because that really reduces the decision making you have to do to economize your production capabilities. Yeah, that's kind of bad actually, because like if you have 2 factories and one's a lot closer to the front line and one's further back, if they could both only produce 1 unit a turn, then you'd have a reason to produce them both. But you might have a reason to only produce in the front line otherwise, if there's only a limit of 4, which is basically not a limit. Some other things that would make the game better. Sound effects for vehicles moving on the map. Yeah, that's still lacking, even though So, Trips, you weren't here for it, but basically when I started playing this Advance Wars like game, all the battle scenes had no sound, and then randomly we got the sound back, and I don't even know how.
That's... Wow.
But there's also no sound of any units moving. The least, actually, there's a very limited amount of sound even so. There's no sound when units capture cities or anything. There's no sound when they're moving. There's only sound during attack animations and the dialogue paging, which, yeah. AW bought units on bases. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, here when you buy a unit, it tells you, okay, where next to this factory do you want to place it? Do you want to place it left, up, down, or right from it? So you can build up to 4 in a factory because of that. So in Advance Wars, it just put it on the factory, which makes sense. You can only build 1 unit on a factory because then it would just spawn on the factory, and then the factory would have to have that unit move off first. Okay, anyways, we'll go back to the game now. If we could have more progressive sound effects for the rifles, that's a nitpick, but it would sound neater. I mean, sound design is pretty important in a tactical game because you want that bang for your buck.
Oh, definitely. Eh. I know Advance Wars fans are starved for content, but yeah.
Also, the characters we're dealing with here they're not interesting COs. I'll just put it that way. Well, here's one of them, Beckett.
Very generic. So
the guy is literally just a normie.
But look at this guy. That guy at least has a hat. Our guy is this guy.
Yeah, your guy.
My God.
I feel like they were making. I really feel like they were making like a Civil War game, and they had a bunch of portraits from that. And then
that first guy very much looked like he just came from the Civil War.
And then they pivoted, and they were like, "Oh, actually, let's make an Advance Wars game that's more modern, but we'll still use our Civil War characters. I mean, we made all that sprite work." I was more ready. Yeah, that's a very generic line. I was more ready, sir. Good, I'll glance on you this time. I'll give you. Yeah, we're not seeing any personalities here. Ignoring the portraits, the dialogue's pretty boring too. Let's see. Long range rockets. I do have rockets. I'm gonna put you in a trickier situation. Okay. Oh, my building's got hurt. You've suffered an attack or taken damage. Oh, a lot of things have got hurt. Damage units will be weaker offensively. However, you can combine 2 formations of weaker units to make a stronger one. Didn't I try that last time?
Yeah, you did.
I guess because it was kind of a tutorial mission, it just didn't let me do it. That's a little weird.
Tutorial locket. Yeah.
I actually thought that wasn't a feature because I tried it and it didn't work. Yeah, so it wants me to combine the buggies. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do last time. But yeah, so let me put on another song, I guess. The group is now back to full health. Let me put on another song from This Is So Fresh to Me. Sorry, I don't have this prepped in advance. I didn't know I'd have to supply a soundtrack for this. Let's see. Let's put on. Just add these things, why not? Classic themes. These are the themes you hear at the beginning of Advance Wars 1 anyway, so makes sense. Okay, there we go. Oops, now back to full health. Exactly, you need to keep an eye on the health of your units and keep them strong if you want to win. Yep. You can also repair vehicles by returning to the factory. Okay. This requires funds, but it's cheaper than building a new one. Did that require funds in Advance Wars when you wanted to fix something?
What?
Did this require funds in Advance Wars when you wanted to fix a vehicle and go back to the factory? Could you fix a vehicle at the factory?
Yeah, so on any facility, if you be on there, they heal up by some and consumes funds.
Oh, as long as you sit them there for a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, and it costs
for
funds.
a turn.
It here looks like you just go up to it and immediately heal, but it also but you do pay for it. So okay, what's this thing do? Okay, so the rocket is an indirect that. Okay, I guess I could just hide in the forest. There. Actually, I'll save it for a tank, but let's see. You could put him on Cities as well to repair him. So in this, okay, interesting. So Cities could also repair them. I don't think you can repair them here though. On Cities, I mean. I think you have to bring it back to the factory. And that means that infantry probably can be repaired at the barracks too. I bet. When you're attacking them, you can capture fire, inflicting some damage in return. Yep. Attack first slides, destroy these units before they can return fire, reduce the return damage. Call that first strength. All tanks have the same amount of firepower, but in a tank-on-tank battle, the first attack he takes will do significantly more damage. Yep. I bet you if I leave... Let's see, what's their movement range? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna push... Oh, the infantry... Well, that... I wonder if rockets defeat... Rockets defeat everything, okay. But actually, I notice indirects are not on that list, so I guess they're just normal damage there. I'm thinking of moving my rockets up a little bit, but not too far. Yeah, actually, wait. My rockets... Yeah, the rockets... Okay, rockets do the same damage to the artillery as the artillery does to it, but the artillery has a much shorter range, so the rockets have an advantage here. The bug isn't that far. Okay. I was thinking very carefully where to move the oh, yeah, he can shoot... Wait. Okay, attack and move range, I see. Wait. Wait a minute, this is a tank. The tank has to be adjacent to an enemy to attack it, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, explain what happens if I move the rocket here. I'll highlight the tile. This one right here. This forest tile right here. Pay attention to this tile for a second. The tank cannot move to that tile. It can move... The closest it can get to that tile is diagonally southeast of it, right? So that makes me think the rocket would be safe. But, if I open the attack range... Oh, I guess that does apply. Okay, yeah, I would be safe then. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna put it right there. Oh, I can only move one tile. Oh, I'll move it one tile then. I guess it wasn't as much of a decision as I thought. As forest.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh! Check this out. Did Advance Wars do this? If I move the infantry,
What?
watch that tank in the front as I select a different tile. So basically, if I move the infantry here, that tank can't attack it. But if I move the infantry here, the tank can attack it. You see that? That's actually a pretty useful feature. Did Advance Wars do that?
I don't think so.
I like
At
that.
least not the first games. I don't know about the later ones.
So
I don't know if the remake had that or not.
That lets me know where it's safe. Obviously, I don't want the infantry attacked by a tank, so I'll put them here. Also, just a second. I'm gonna do okay. The sound effects are actually extremely loud because of what I did, so let me just bump the master volume down. How's that? Much better. Actually, maybe a little too quiet. There. Mine now. Okay, let's move the...
I love how you like boop the city. You don't like enter the city or anything, just boop.
So I think it's a good idea is not to move too close to get in range of their attacks. It's interesting. Yeah, the artillery isn't actually that much range. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine, like that. Okay, that's good. Why did the artillery decide to be the frontliner? Okay. Well, it is well guarded. What's the second rule of war? Yeah, exactly. Know your surroundings. Yep, defensive bonuses. Okay. Forest offers more cover than open ground, so units attacked the forest will take less damage. That rocket's in a good place, then. That terrain also affects how far units can move. I mean, granted, it can't really run away from anything because it's in the middle of the forest, but, you know. It's fine. Vehicle tires won't be able to move as far in rough terrain as a vehicle tracks. Yep, that's why that thing has tires and they move very far. Only infantry can cross mountains or rivers. Okay, unless there's a bridge. Inspect with Y to show more information. Yeah, so tires with a Y apparently. Is that an English thing?
Yeah, also, so there's no way to like enter the city?
Nope. I cannot station. I know that's a strategy, right? Because you normally in Advance Wars you could put an infantry in. Infantry are very weak, but you could park them in a city and then they'd be a lot safer.
Yeah. Yeah, because cities have like 4 defense stars, so you always would be very bulky at the cities.
You know what? I'm just gonna shoot this artillery and leave it. I don't care after that. It's gonna be weak as heck.
Yeah, just leave it at 1 HP.
There's bigger threats here, so I'm gonna deal with them first.
I think it is actually a strategy that people do, because it makes so the AI starts like, oh no, I need to repair this, and then they spend all their money on, on doing it.
Let's see. Can the infantry take out the tank? Or the artillery? Well, it totally could. Or the artillery. Just check. The buggy. Okay, a half-power tank is still dangerous to the buggy. Got it.
Yeah.
Just thinking what I should do. Well, I can get another tank now. Yeah, I'll get another tank now. I kind of feel like not moving the infantry up is better now. That tank is my tank is gonna get wrecked. I realize this. Yeah, I'll just trade blows. It's fine. It'll come up the path a little bit too. I mean, I do have the first strike advantage, so I'm gonna take less. So.
Yes, attacking first is always.
And this infantry might be in trouble. Let's get the city. They'll focus on the city first. We've learned that. That tank can go attack us next turn, but not if I move him down one. Hehe. Okay. Let's see how this plays out for me. Yeah, they went for the city first. I thought so. They're both of them. That's really interesting. Ow.
Why?
Ow, that. That's a return fire, though. Each commander has access to a special weapon. We call them battle powers. What's mine? You should know what yours is. You have an EMP blast that stuns all vehicles in the target area. Cool! You don't look like a person that would say cool. They can be charged quick by fighting. How do I know it's ready? Charge bar show the top left corner. Your bar is fully charged. Your input pass is ready for use. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. No, devastation. That's true sometimes. I mean, it's an EMP blast, so it won't hurt the humans, at least. Or maybe it will, I don't know. So, how does this work? Wait, what did it say it does? Oh, I've already forgotten.
Disables vehicles in target area or whatever.
Okay, then I'll do this then. Yep, that's... Whoa! Oh, indeed. Just be careful where you aim, and the EMP blast affects your vehicles too. Your opponents will have access to battle plans of their own. Spray that for now, but you'll need to be prepared when, not if, to activate stairs. When, not if? I don't know, the user review said that they don't use them, so we'll see though. Pew pew. Oh, and because units can't go in the city, I was gonna, you see the problem? I can't attack the guy. If the infantry could stand in the city, they could attack, right?
But can try to stand on the city?
Doesn't let me.
Oh.
The city is not a tile you can stand on, to put it simply.
Oh, that
See,
sucks.
so it's just a wall.
It's a wall, yeah. Let's see. 39? That's not enough to take it out, but...
Yeah, I would recommend artillery, maybe. Just taking it out.
yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Oh!
Wait, so those disabled guys stay disabled for how long, though?
I'm gonna guess one turn. Wait, is the city disabled? Did I disable the city? Oop. It's still disabled. Apparently I didn't know I disabled the city, but I did, I guess, so. I'll just go roll back and take this guy out.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best choice.
So he doesn't harass my infantry a little bit. Okay. That went pretty well. May as well move the infantry up. Another tank, because I know he's going to spawn some of my guys, so I got another tank ready.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a rocket! Okay. Well, I know they're good, so I gotta watch out. Is that enough to take it out? Probably. Let's see. Oh, you're in range, buddy. That's not a good idea. I don't really intend my rocket to move for a little bit. Okay, let's get some units moved up. Because I'll move this unit up first. Might be time to take out that artillery, actually. Is 6% enough to take it out, though, or does that mean I might not take it out? But maybe I shouldn't use the
Yeah, it's a
infantry then.
chance, I guess.
I'll take out this guy. 2 reasons.
Take
One,
out.
you won't be able to fire back. But also, that lets my tank move over here. And then... I mean, yeah, I guess so. The way is clear. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's very unfortunate for you, Mr. Infantry. Because the rocket won't be able to shoot. It looks too close, but it's safe, so... Yeah, I do like that highlight. That's actually a really good feature. I'll give him the credit for that. Lets you know, like, oh, that's danger zone. Okay. I want gonna win this battle. I'm gonna trounce this guy in a funny way this battle. I'm gonna leave one unit alive and then surround his and then take out his factory. Wait, yeah, that would still keep the battle going. Oh, the rocket actually moved. It's scared. Well, this makes it even less dangerous. I guess I should start moving my rocket too, actually. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it moved back so it could shoot the tank, but it wants to hit that tank! Well, let's get in its face then. How very unfortunate for it. Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. I mean, the rocket could shoot it next turn, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, wait! I got attacked by the city, too. I forgot about that. The city actually... Oh, you can't see its number, but it went from 8 to 7. And I also went from 8 to 7, so it attacked me, too. So that's a thing.
That's kind of funny, yeah.
You know, I think I will just move my units up. The rocket will shoot somebody, but I got a lot. It's fine. It might just go for the...
Weird fun.
AI usually goes for weaker targets in a lot of cases, so
yeah, so it'll probably go for the
fact.
infantry, but I got a couple. Oh, it actually went for them. Yeah, Christos?
The meta for like a competitive advanced Wars player is just making 1,000 Earth infantry.
Oh, just because overwhelming?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's
They can only hit one target, so yep.
You know, just overwhelm them with numbers. That's actually like the best strategy for war. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking very carefully. I'm gonna do this. That may seem really weird, but I'm getting the unit out of the way. Oh,
And
that
you
actually
get
took it
one
out.
extra
Well,
defense.
nice! Oh, did I get... Oh, because... Wait, why did I get one extra
you're on
defense?
grass.
Just because you're on grass.
Defense.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh, that
road
makes-
is 0.
Road is 0, grass... Oh, 61-21, 61-20... Oh, I see! So I'll take 23% damage on the road, but I'll take 21% damage on the grass. Oh, okay! Yeah, I see how that works now.
Uh-huh.
So I guess I want to do this, then. Well, actually, I technically didn't, because now this tank can attack. Oh, wait, no, it can't.
Yeah, they...
I'm impressed you. Oh wait, I took out all his units again. I was gonna make him shameful by taking out all his factories and stuff first, but oh well, I win. Oh, Raven, General Beck and Wastelanders are attacking. You look like you're fun at parties. Look at this person. Wastelanders, what are you doing here? Wasting the land, I guess. Think you can handle this? You have more to learn. Make an opportunity. Okay, let's see what another faction looks like. We'll get away from the Milquetoast Brigade for a minute. What's funny is I could end my turn while it says mission accomplished. I don't know if you noticed that. I could press like... What would happen if I ended the turn? Let's do one more mission though. So we can see the factory. I'll put on something more aggressive. Let's see. Maybe boosting check on. You know what? Actually, let's go to Advance Wars 2 music for a second. That's where all the bad guys are. Because Advance Wars 1 is just a giant misunderstanding. Everybody fights everybody, and then everybody becomes friends at the end because it turns out everybody was fighting everybody because of the main bad guy.
Yep.
Let's put on a bad guys theme. Let's see. What's a good choice? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do Fax theme. Sure. For the next mission. Because it's going to be bad guys, I bet. Let's see. Okay. Surprise attack. Yeah, that looks like a. Yeah, that's a bad guy. Starts out with a line like that. All right. I'll put on that side. I'm gonna rip off your arms and beat you with them. Okay. There's smack talk. No one told me there would be smack talk. That's just Scourge. He's not right in the head. I'm gonna. Here, let me give you his outfit. There you go. Yes, I know. We'll see about that.
Okay, Bane.
These factories differ with their own specialties and unique units. We specialize in heavy armor, like the Rhino and the Giant. I'm not sure you're ready for that for the Giants yet. The Rhino is especially useful for dealing with blockades. Get that around moving and knock Scourge's buggy out of the way. Oh, that's the. Oh, what is this? That's the right. Okay, the Rhino is just construction equipment.
Oh, you got a Killdozer. Cool.
That's kind of neat. Okay, what's it do then? Oh. Oh, it just. Oh, okay.
Just send me to the lake.
That's a pretty cool unit, actually. I like that unit. That I could see a lot of strategy with that. Not just with water, but also like, what if you push a unit to another? Will they both take damage? Hey, no fair. The right only does a small amount of attack damage, but pushing vehicles into rivers or mountains will destroy them. Oh, mountains too? Okay. That's awesome. I hope you guys can swim. They were still learning. That's too bad. We got another Killdozer over here. Oh, wait. I'm gonna have to be careful with this bridge or it's gonna choke up the whole lane. Oh, you have a bit more over there. Okay, I thought so. I had a sense that was a little too little. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, I'll just start moving units. I want to make sure there's room for the Killdozer to cross. But... yeah, there's a choke point here. Everybody has to go across the bridge. I guess I could use the other bridge, too. Might be smart, too, actually. I'll move this I'll have this Killdozer do its own rogue thing. It looks like it has love armor. Actually, let's see. It's, okay. It's bad against everything with its main. But alt is... oh, I see. Alt as in it's... I guess it has probably a machine gun or something. Or maybe... well, actually, yeah. I wonder if it attacks infantry the same way as vehicles. Let's see. So, yeah, what is it weak to, I'm wondering? Oh, it counts as a heavy unit. Okay, anything that's strong gets heavy would be good instead. So rockets are goodish. And tanks are... actually, yeah, the rockets are the... everything else it takes reduced damage from. So yeah, it is tanky like I figured.
Tanky, low damage, but pushes enemies.
I kind of feel like I don't want the infantry way in front, so I'll put them there. Yeah! I guess that would be a defensive position on the mountains. Oh, they just got some unit factories. They're gonna keep that for a bit. I'm gonna guess the river's a bad position defensively.
I would expect so.
I'll put him here for now. That's a good lineup. I'm gonna put the Rhino there. I know it's in range of the buggy, but
It's just a bug.
probably should poke the artillery here. It's a better position for it. And then, oh, actually, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll let the wonder what I would prioritize between the two. Let's park this right here and we'll see. And meanwhile, I don't know what this riot is going to do. We'll find out. What's that?
If they can target the artillery, they will try probably that.
That's true. I think they can. They can. That's okay though.
Yeah, because the artillery can't fight back, so maybe they're smart about that.
It wouldn't be that would be a short-term gain, but I don't think I think that they wouldn't have a long-term gain on that. Let's see. They went for the cities first. They always do that. Yep, you were absolutely right. At least it's just a buggy, so it's not too big a deal. Okay. It's pretty important that we capture that,
Well, you can have your little killdozer insta-kill that buggy, so...
Can I? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, put it right into the water.
Goodbye. It is a really cool attack animation, honestly.
Can you, like, use the upper bulldozer to kill the other tank there?
Ooh.
I can't kill it, but I can push it. Oh wait, wait, I absolutely can. I absolutely can!
Yeah, just go from behind it.
Yeah.
That is it's very interesting train usage. I like it. Also, that killdozer will just go and take that infantry and hit it properly. Let's see though. Speaking of infantry though, I gotta be careful with my guys. Let's see. Unfortunately, he's not in range of anything. I'm not sure if I want to push up on these guys or not. What do I want to do? I'm gonna keep moving my infantry down. Oh, I can pass through here? Okay, sure. That factory, I'm gonna just spit out units from that factory in a second, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna try to keep that going. Do I want to push forward, or do I want to... What do I want to do? I don't want to... Well, I'm going to get hit if I sit here. That infantry's in a bad place. I'm probably going to move them back.
I mean, it might be good to leave him in a bad place, have him be the target instead of some of your other guys.
It could be, but I actually can make every unit safe except for this one. Which can... I think that one... Yeah, that can attack my killdozer. Though if it attacks my killdozer from the wrong angle... No, I can't push it in water again. Actually, no, I totally could. Oh! Wait! You're smart! Leave the infantry there, and then if this guy wants to attack the killdozer, he has to go here. And if he does that, he's watered next turn. But I will move back. I'm going to move back. If I move back to the artillery one and move back to the tank one, then they have to move forward to attack those units. I think this is a smart play. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move these guys back one. And I'll move the infantry back too. Just one tile though. Okay. Because I'm not interested in advancing, but I'm interested in that factory. So I'm just going to kind of cover it a little bit. And this unit, I don't know, hunker down, buddy.
He's in the trees, he had better defenses.
I thought he might do that. Okay, good. This also, it sucks for my artillery, but it also works in a way. I was hoping it would pick the other target, but... Ouch. So what does it mean in this situation where I have less than I need to push the guy? I guess we'll find out. Oh, I can't circle around. Oh, it doesn't matter. So what's that 5% mean? Oh, whatever. There's only 4, so I'm not gonna push one of them, I guess. Oh, that is just like, wait, what's going on, guys? It just died anyways!
And they just wait back.
That's funny.
Wait for me. I need to die too.
So wait, so as long as I have one bulldozer, will they just die?
I guess so.
That worked
kind
too.
of silly.
Okay, let me have that factory. There we go. Don't have access to it just yet, but... Oh, you made a decision, didn't you? They're very good at staying out of range of artillery, and also trying to kill the artillery. That's fine. The artillery can be a bait if it needs to be. Rockets. Just thinking about the rockets. Well, actually, yeah, if I just push up on that with that's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna push up this far. I was thinking about how far I wanted to go. Yeah, okay. Well, since the infantry did not end up being a sacrificial lamb, why don't you attack that for me? Damage is damage.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's probably gonna take out my other artillery, but that's fine. At least it's a good bait. What else should I do, if anything?
One thing that you could do as an
infantry at
option
the
is
bottom.
just
Wait.
Reach your factory.
There.
yeah, you read my mind.
Good.
But yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm trying to think where I want to put these guys. I'll put them here and here. Okay. Oh yeah, that bulldozer is on a renegade mission, so it probably will get beat up. That was all part of the plan, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
I mean,
actually going
it
to
looks-
those. Oh, they only got one guy. That's not too bad. Oh, okay. Oh, they really don't like my killdozers.
No. I mean, it got a couple troops already.
This killdozer can't do much from this angle. But if I move it here, then the buggy will chase it. Yeah, I got a plan. This is fine. Buggy can harass it to death for a little bit, but it'll take a few turns, so it's not so scary. And okay. Yeah, may as well. That's important for two reasons. First off... Oh, there's my... I forgot where my rhino was. I could push the artillery! Oh, that would hurt my own guy. That also is far enough to push. You know what? Sure. Wait, no, that puts him in range of rockets. Oh, I see, because he takes the tile he's on. So when the push happens, I would move forward another tile and then I'd be in range.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess this will do. Actually, no, just attack. Just attack it. I don't need to move it yet. And then...
And that also unlocks a little bit more walking for the infantry.
Boop. They'll prioritize that unit. And then I can weaken this guy here. Making him pretty ineffectual against anything at that point.
Yeah.
And...
might as well park him in the forest.
Yeah, may as well. Then we go down here and we build... Honestly, I want some rockets down here. Yeah, the infantry might prioritize it, but that's not really that scary. Oh, I can't make any more units there? Oh, I guess you can't park them in forests outside the factory. I can't use these tiles. That's annoying. Okay, noted, noted. That's fine, we'll make use of what we have. But yeah, the rocket though, basically I've just given it way too many targets now, so I'm just gonna see what it does. I'll crush you like I crush all enemies. You always talk this much. Okay, I was wondering who the rockets would go for. It's those guys. Goodbye! Ah, how do you like that? I'm on the rampage. So you got one unit. You shot rockets at humans and thought you were cool. Rampage! Oh, yeah, he really thinks he's overconfident now, I think. Okay. The buggy took the bait, but can I take advantage of it?
If it doesn't kill you, you can kill it now.
Can I, though? There's forests in the way.
No, the mountain, man.
Oh, the mountain. Of course, the mountain. I forgot about the mountain. I do like how the other buggies obligingly go into the mountains, too. How's the rampage going? Don't mock me! Okay, so now that is going to get destroyed by the rockets, unless... Well, I don't really know what the priorities are. As much as I don't want to move the rockets, I kind of need to move the rockets.
Yeah.
Really? Wait, hold on. The rockets can't shoot it from there? Okay. I also need to move the artillery, same reason. I need to make room for the factory. What happens if I push the infantry now? Oh, I guess I could also do that. I would like to sploosh the infantry, but I can't do that yet. You know what? Yeah, let's just roll the infantry up on people. I'm gonna spawn some units, so... Let's just harass their building until they don't have it anymore. There we go. Now it's my building. Which means they'll prioritize taking it back. Which they'll get it back, but then that means they're not attacking my guys, so... Yep. Should I roll the take-up? No, that seems reckless, but... No, actually, that seems like a good idea. Let's immediately weaken those rockets and I'll take far less damage that way. Yeah. The take will respond to that, but that's okay.
I think the tank will kill the bulldozer up ahead. But
actually, you're probably right. It might just distract by them. Should I push this infantry? At 17% is... I guess it won't kill them, but I'm kind of curious about the animation.
Just do it.
There's 4 bulldozers! How are they surviving this? I'm impressed! That seems a little more dangerous than getting run over normally. You know, shoot this. Oh, there is one bad thing though. I did put the killdozer in the way of the factory again, but it was worth it. Let's make a... I feel like another tank would be good now. Yeah. Oh wait, I can spawn at the first house?
Yeah, I think you can just only spawn one at a time, man.
Oh, only one per factory is returned. Okay. Yeah, see, they prioritized that, and then they went for that. Okay. Now, are they gonna take it out? Nope. They're trying. So they wasted their take on... Wait, they should have used their inventory to recapture.
Yeah, they really,
So what happens if I bulldoze them into the city? What happens? Okay, that doesn't do much, okay. just bulldoze everything. Oh, it'd be great if I could push one into the other, though. Let's see.
What happens if you try to push the thing into the city? What?
It doesn't move and doesn't take much damage, it looks like. I mean, heck, I may as well. I need to get him over there to do stuff anyways. Let's do a really silly pass just for fun. Notice too that when the bulldozer... Oh!
With the flash, what?
So when they said that
Oh.
I can insta-kill them with rivers or mountains, what they meant is I can insta-kill them with rivers, mountains, or cities. Or barracks in this case.
Cities too, I guess.
Well, okay. When in doubt, just try pushing, I guess.
Yeah, jeez.
I need to pick on those rockets. As much as possible.
You got rockets too.
Now they're gone. Okay. I do have rockets too, but they weren't in range. Yep. Capture. And uncapture. There. Well, not quite, but progress. I'll just zoomy this guy down the road. He is not getting that barracks back at this point, so that's good.
But I think they're gonna waste their infantry on just annoying the building again.
Probably. I'm gonna leave that infantry alive, by the way. Oh, they're actually going to the... Really?
Yep. Oh, okay.
Oh, they got one finally. And to be fair, that second to last bulldozer getting shot repeatedly. I'm surprised it took that long. It's for it to get destroyed, actually. Poke. Poke. Not pokey, but you may notice I'm choking. Poke. Okay, it's fine now, basically. The inventory will kill itself on my units, probably, before I can truly mess with this to the point I want to. I just wanna... That'd be funny, too. No, I just wanted to flex on him, basically. That's the word I was looking for, flex.
Just closing down from all corners.
Oh. And EMP has HQ. Because why not? Okay, well yeah, okay. I mean, you're not dying if you do that, so fair enough. I'll give the indirect units to chew on while I make fun of this. Boop. Boop, that's mine now. So we keep booping this until this is mine. Now that's mine too. Haha! Okay, enter. Actually, wait, no. No, let's still do 50, okay. Yeah, I'll just let him poke on my mortar while I... Where's his I'm waiting for him to say Rampage again. Rampage... I want to see if it was... I actually am trying to give him... I'm actually trying to give him an opportunity to use the CO power, too. That was a secret reason. So we could see it. But he's not using it! So, okay. He went out. Bulldoze it! Oh, what? I thought that went into battle. Okay.
That's enough.
Alright, then I'll get the, I'll get the inventory out for
The poor little guy.
Oh, he might try to recapture.
There's a building up top.
Oh, look at that! Not for long! I'll just, here, you have the indirect units, you can play with them.
Oh my god.
He broke the truck.
Be like, why did they make
Sure
so
is
big?
crying.
It's wet.
Oh, actually, I wanted that inventory. Well, that's fine. I do like how the infantry prioritizes. I mean, the most powerful thing an infantry can do is technically capture, right? So it's kind of funny. It's just prioritizing shooting an indirect unit. I mean, yeah, it can't fight back, but that doesn't make it worth fighting. It's yeah. See what I mean? Like its biggest plan right now would be the biggest play it could do right now is try to recapture the factory, or something. But it's not even caring about that, so that's very funny to me. Okay. Yeah, on Plains ground, that thing is pretty scary. Like, it can just go. The bulldoze dragon. Like, it doesn't get stopped by anything. Yeah, I think in Advance Wars, the AI probably wouldn't be doing this with the infantry. They probably would do something else.
They'd probably try to recapture.
It would be the most logical thing for them to do. Okay, I have everything on the map now. let's see. You know what? Let's try this. You know, I know I have. I know how I want to finish this. It's pretty simple.
And get that factory and make a dozer.
Oh, they can't live there. Okay, that'll do. Well, my dozer's all the way up here, but yeah. I totally want to dozer that last guy. Hello, fighter.
You can make a new one.
And there's a
from the
factory right there. You could have just made one.
That's a good point. That might still be faster.
No, the other factory.
Well, too bad.
I mean, you can make from both of the sides.
Yeah.
I have
Oh
a
my
few. I have
God.
just a small number ready. Okay, enter. I just need to wait. He's not using his CO power, so the review said they don't really use them. So
Whoa.
that's proven because he's not done anything. I mean, I know we're in tutorial stages still, kind of, but even so. Boop. Your sacrifice was not in vain, even though I set it up myself, so it kind of was. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, because they can stand in water. That's okay with them. So he didn't die because water's okay. Well, okay, just shoot him. That's a very lovely.
Just
That's a very
stuck
lovely
to
way. I like how I killed one of my own units and didn't even take out that guy. There you go. Ah, season over. Or maybe he won't. Ah, but what's the situation for you? Hello, Ava. You look friendly. You look happy. Wastelanders are attacking the research lab. Why are you happy about that? She looks so happy about it. Got people there. I need you to get them out. Can I help? Ava has this, right, soldier? Absolutely. I love winning. I'm glad you do. I guess. There's now been 4 characters introduced, and I have to double check the portraits sometimes because they're all so boring. I mean, at least Scourge uses caps lock, I guess. Well, go ahead, Crimson.
I said they're all cut.
Cardboard cutouts of each other.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I understood. But yeah, I know it's reductive to say this game that is like this game is not like this game enough because it's not doing these things this other game does. It's reductive to compare a game to another game and say, like, this game is bad because it didn't do what this other game did. You do need to judge every game on its own merits, after all. But there are definitely situations where a game is absolutely inspired by another game, and thus it is not only fair but inevitable to draw comparisons between the game you're looking at and the game it's based off of. This game has some stuff that's different, and I will compliment it. The Rhino is a lot of fun to use. Is there any unit like that in Advance Wars where you can just, like, push and maybe insta-kill enemies? Does anybody know if there's anything like that in Advance Wars? I'm not actually sure. I like it, though, because
it's been a long time.
That's fair. It's a pretty old series. It's a neat idea, though, because the unit does very little damage with its RAM. So It's tanky, but it doesn't do much direct damage. But if you set up the train right, it does, well, instant kills. So that's a very interesting unit. I actually like it a lot. So I definitely like some of the stuff this game is doing. I also, like I said, I compliment on it doing the highlight thing, where if you're about to move a unit, you can see any enemy units that could be able to attack it on its next turn. On the next turn, that's very good information to have, and that's a very useful feature that Advanced Wars could have had. Actually, would have improved Advanced Wars too if they had that. But so I'm not saying that this game is terrible. It definitely has some neat ideas here. Mechanically, I think it's the saddest part of this game is its mechanicalness, like what it's doing with the actual gameplay. But unfortunately, um, it is absolutely derivative of Advance Wars. It's doing a few of its own things, but this game would not exist without Advance Wars. That is without a shadow of a doubt. Um, and so you also have to consider it, the comparisons that would make. Now, I'm not saying that just because Advance Wars has colorful, interesting characters and interesting artwork for them, that this game has to. But if this game doesn't want to have interesting, colorful characters, it's got to have something in place of that. There has to be another hook with the characters, right? Because, in my opinion, the characters we saw in this so far are very boring. Scourge uses caps lock. He has an interesting design a little bit, and he uses caps lock, so that's a little more interesting. But the Wu faction's super boring, and if I feel like they did the thing with individual CEOs, commanding officers, yeah, CEOs. I feel like they did the individual CEOs with their own like things going on because Advance Wars did it, right? But I also don't think they should have, because I think these CEOs are so kind of boring that I feel like maybe just throwing out the individual characters and doing something else with character stuff, or maybe just not doing character stuff, doing something else, may have worked out better for this game. So it kind of seems like they did the CEO thing because Advance Wars did the CEO thing, but Advance Wars had colorful CEOs that made it interesting to see them all, and they also had unique aspects and stuff too. I bet if I went in the next mission, we'd be playing that girl who's very happy, and she probably has some different perks. Because in Advance Wars, each CO had like little passive things, like this unit's better, like this commanding officer's units are better in snow, or this unit has weaker ground units but stronger air units and stuff like that. So yeah, so every CO had their own little uh, mechanical difference in addition to the commanding officer powers, which were all superpowers each individual got. I'm going to assume that this game has the COs with little mechanical differences, but as far as the characters go themselves and the story, Advance Wars had a pretty interesting little story. It had colorful cast of characters bouncing off each other. This game is trying to do that, but completely failing. These characters are not doing anything really. They're saying lines, and they're saying some tropey things, and they look boring. I'm sorry. Even Scourge is not. Scourge looked a little bit interesting, but let me just compare. Let me compare it to an evil person from Advance Wars 2. Actually, we were listening to the song of Flack. Let me just show you Flack. He's probably the most generic bad guy in Advance Wars, probably. But even he's like a little more interesting, I'd say. Here's like a picture of him, for instance. Like this is Flack, for instance. But I'd say he's probably the most boring one. But even he has like stuff going on because he's like a gorilla guy and stuff. And he hates veggies. Apparently, I did not know that. But also, he has a power. I'm sure that Scourge had a power too, but we didn't get to see it. But that's just one of the They feel if I go to Black Hole here, this is all the bad guys. So like, let's see. Yeah, you got Hawk, and got Lash. These are all the bad guys from the different games. And of course, Adder has quite a design. And he was the most basic of COs in Advanced Wars. All passive all units of base offense defense. Probably the same as the first character you play in this. There's Kindle. Oh yeah, the Kindle. But basically, oh yeah, the what the heck is this guy, right? Joker. And then there's also Cole. Yeah, but yeah, there's just a little sample of Advanced Wars design to give you an idea of that we're not seeing much variety here by comparison. Maybe later there's more interesting commanding officers to run into, but I don't know. The dialogue is even for Scourge, it's like he yells. That's his character trait. He uses caps lock. That's he's aggressive and he uses caps lock. That's not really a character trait. I'm not saying Advance Wars characters were necessarily super deep, but they were fun, and I'm not feeling like the dialogue's fun here. So yeah, I feel like again, if it wants to be like Advance Wars in different ways, then it needs to do the same thing as Advance. It needs to do it well like Advance Wars does. It doesn't mean it has to do it the same way Advance Wars does it, but if it's going to copy the way Advance Wars does certain things, then it needs to have that same level of polish and interestingness and stuff, which I'm just not feeling here with the character stuff. The mechanics are good. Gameplay wise, I feel like this is pretty good. But I mean, again, Advance Wars in this game are not just about the mechanics. I mean, that's the beat of the game, but you're also going through the scenarios and using those mechanics because you're kind of interested in seeing all the characters bouncing off each other and stuff too. So, quick campaign, yeah, sure. But there's also a multiplayer editor, which I do appreciate. I'll take a quick look. Editor is probably, yeah, it's just, oh, interesting. 21 by 21 grid, huh? Okay. And how do I, okay. So, wow, this menu looks not, okay, this is definitely a placeholder menu here. Look how different it looks.
Oh,
so
wow. Yeah.
Again, unfinished game. That's the other thing, too. We can judge this game for the current package, but I also have to consider how it was on release, as reviewers noted, too. It still feels unfinished, too. This still, like, again, if this released in early access, I would not bat an eye to this, but this game says it's full release. I bet you this gets updated later when they give it a more of a custom. I can't even go to the players tab. I don't even know how to get over there. Oh well, whatever. Skirmish, temperate, desert, ice, wastelands. Oh, okay. So there's your. I guess that's your 4 environments, probably. So here's another one.
Oh, and I just looked through the Advance Wars units on the wiki. There is one unit that has an insta kill.
What's that? What?
Osium? Weird name. It's a slime monster.
Oh.
It has no attack or anything. It just insta kills units it moves over top of.
Oh, okay. Was it a playable unit?
I'm not 100% sure. It has a coloration for each faction, so I guess so.
It's fun tile colors at least. I guess that's like ocean, and that's like I have like river water and I have ocean water. Oh wow, okay. So here's all the units for this faction, by the way. So we have a scientist guy. I don't know what his deal is. What is his deal? I can't tell in the editor, but here's a quick. We can at least take a quick look. So we have several infantry classes. We got a scientist guy. Maybe they capture faster. That would make sense for them. Then we got a guy with a shotgun. Probably good for some stuff. This guy is a medic, probably. That guy is probably a pyro, for the looks of it. And then we got. This is a lot of it. Is this more units than Advance Wars has? Wow, there's a lot here. Like, there's a truck, and there's a buggy, and there's a motorcycle, and there's another motorcycle. I wonder what the difference is. There's a cargo truck. I guess like the other cargo truck. This one's exposed. Then we have. I don't know what this kind of tank is. It has a weird little sight thing. And then we have a fuel truck. I guess probably. We got the artillery and the tank. We have. Well, I think it's an anti-personnel tank because it looks like it just has machine guns.
It looks to only be 33 units across the entire Advance Wars series.
This kind of looks like a rocket. Oh, must be missiles rather than rockets. It's not a rocket truck. That's a rocket truck. That's a bulldozer. This is a big tank with 2 turrets. Okay, thank you for checking. This is looks like a cargo helicopter, probably for units. You can probably move units around with that. This is a little tack chopper, probably fast and zippy. This is a jet, probably fast and stronger. And this is a bomber. That's got to be a bomber. Bombers are pretty scary in Advanced Wars, but they're also defense systems against air units.
Yeah.
And then we have little machine gun boat. Then we have little. I don't know what that boat does. Maybe that's a cargo boat. Lets you move units around. Transport boat. Then we have a little platoon boat here. Oh, interesting. I'm not actually allowed to place units in. I'm not allowed to place. Wait, you can't place water units in still water. Only in the ocean water. So you can't build like a lake level where you put water units in it. That's weird. But I guess. Okay, I guess. I mean, I understand like maybe bigger ships, but a little inflatable like this? Come on. But yeah, and then we have like a missile cruiser, and then we have like. I bet you this is a direct attack unit that uses mortars and cannon fire and stuff, and this is an indirect attacker probably. Can't say for sure because I don't get to see the details here. So that's all the So then we have the orange faction. I think that's just the same, just with a different color. I know it says that some factions have different things. Oh, right, like the Goliath tank was mentioned. That must be this one here with the 2 turrets. It looks like can I not set up for like Scourge and the other units? That's kind of weird. And then we have so we have factory. This is airport. That's where you make the air units probably. That looks like a little oil platform in the water. Maybe that's where you make the water units. And then we got barracks, city, a different type. I think they're just different cities. Oh, this is okay. This must be. This looks like an oil rig, but it has helipad. Oh, the other one did too. Actually, no, that one just has boxes. This one has a helipad though, so you can land air units there. Barracks again. And then this is like a power plant. I wonder what that does. That's a satellite. I wonder what that does. That looks like a barracks too, but it is a barracks too. I don't know. Look at this. There's barracks and barracks. I've noticed this a few times. There's a few times where it's like the same graphic as twice, which means they're probably different in some way. I don't know what that is supposed to be, and that's a green thing. What? What is... What? I put something down there, I guess. What did I put down? A little geyser of wastelandy air, I guess. But yeah. I wonder why I can't place other units down.
That's weird.
Well, I guess I just threw stuff down, right? Oh, wait, there's a players tab that I can't reach. Maybe I can do it with it. The mouse doesn't want to work here either, by the way, so I don't actually know how to reach the players tab up there to actually set the players for the editor, for the edited mission I'm trying to set up. I can't actually get up there. This is very strange. Because when I get to name mission, it's just like I get to the name mission and then it like tries to pop up a text box and I don't think it's letting me go to the top of the menu. And when I hit left, it goes down to the previous menu, even though I haven't closed this menu.
How?
It's very much a placeholder menu that doesn't work properly with the other, because like I can just straight up leave it by pressing left and right and go down here and now I can start placing like tanks or something up there. I bet. Oh, so I went to the tank menu, I went to the vehicle menu and selected the vehicle, and now I'm soft locked. I can't place anything or back out. I am actually stuck. Okay, I can press start. Save, I don't know. Oh, this one. Can I use a mouse here? I can use a mouse here. And I can't save. So I can't save. Why can't I save? Oh, here we go. Mission saves. Oh, I have mouse use it. I finally got the mouse. Okay. I got the mouse by hitting escape. Yeah, this feels really unfinished. What the heck? Oh, here's all the units. Here's all the people then. So this is I guess the first 4 are the first faction, then Blaze, Flint, and Cassian are the next, and then Scourge, Medusa, and Decker. Well, there you go. Oh, geez. Okay, look at how boring these characters are just based on the portraits, which I know is not a full metric because we can't see their dialect. But I thought Scourge was like, okay, yeah, he's like a scavenger, wastelander, bad guy. He wears a cybernetic mask. Okay, cool. I wonder what the other people in his faction will do. The answer? Well, Scourge wears a cybernetic mask. Medusa also wears a cybernetic mask, and Decker has half a cybernetic face. So they had one idea for a character design and put it on 3 characters.
Nice.
You see my problem? Like, again, I just showed you all the black hole commanders. That was all the bad guys of like Advance Wars 2 and 3. Each of them had completely different designs. Meanwhile, they had one good idea and they spread the 3 characters. It just feels like creative. It feels like when it comes to the character design, which is important because remember, these are the commanding officers you go through the game with, and they're supposed to be driving the plot forward. They're also boring though. I guess these 3 are like deserty. They kind of seem like more like nomadic sorts or something. So I mean, Flint looks cool. I like Flint. He looks like he'll use motorcycles or something. The other 2 are fine, I guess. I guess this faction's okay, but yeah. But yeah, this is a very broken map editor. Human AI or lobby decides of outer space. Okay. Add. Okay, close. Save. It doesn't let me save the map for some reason. But whatever. Play it. I don't even know what I've set up here. Mission accomplished! There we go. I'm very good at this. You notice how when it says mission accomplished, I can still access the intern thing, though? I was just showing that off there. Yeah, I could mess with this more, but it's not function. Oh, I flocked myself again. I gotta hit. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I'm escaping. I'm escaping. Oh, let's actually see. Oh no, I don't want to do lobby press. Actually, yeah, I want to browse lobbies. Who's playing this game? Let's answer the final question of this. Uh-huh. Matchmaking? I'm sorry to whoever I actually joined the game with, but I don't actually want to play around. I'm kind of done at this point, but we see numerous problems. So I'm wondering to myself, is there anybody even playing the multiplayer of this game with all these problems? Because the sad thing is, I see a good game here. But they wanted to copy Advance Wars so hard that they made boring commanding officers because they wanted to copy Advance Wars, but not to the same level of effort. That's the problem. And again, I'm not calling this game a copy of Advance Wars. I'm saying this game is choosing voluntarily that it wants to copy Advance Wars. It's not me calling it a copy. It's themselves wanting to make a copy, which is not bad. Again, not we wouldn't be playing X and 8 likes over and over again if we thought copies were bad. Basically, though, if they want to copy the formula that Advance Wars did, and they want to copy certain elements of that formula, like commanding officers, they got to make sure to do it the same way, the same level of quality that Advance Wars did. And yeah, if you're going to do commanding officers, you can't laze out on that and just make them all the same looking and not give them any personalities. Like, if you're going to do commanding officers, do it right, basically. But yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that nobody's playing this game. Also, it could just be an off hour. Maybe somebody does play it, but yeah. The sad thing is here, I think this actually would be a pretty fun game in multiplayer. Probably more than the campaign, because I feel like the campaign story, they're not good at storytelling, these developers, unfortunately. But the map design, the map design of the campaign seems solid. I'm sure multiplayer would be pretty solid. Maybe some people will be playing with friends or saying if there's... I could see some people playing this and having fun in multiplayer. I totally could. But yeah, there's mechanically this is interesting. Like the bulldozer was a lot of fun and stuff, but I also want to remind you guys that part of the fun we were having was because I manually put music on, because again, I had to turn off the sound in this game. Basically, it's a really it's not that hard to just swap out the copyrighted music with some royalty-free music. I really feel like that's actually easier than using copyrighted music, but oh well. So yeah, I kind of ultimately I agree about giving it a negative review like a lot of people did. But I also want to say that I see good gameplay here. I've never played an Advance Wars game before, so I can't exactly be like a pro metric for telling you if the mechanics feel right for an Advance War player. But it felt good. The Rhino tank that could push and bulldoze people. That was a lot of fun. That was a very fun unit to use. I could tell the AI was taking it really easy on me on the first three missions. Like it was not trying super hard. But I hope an AI gets better in later campaign missions. I don't know. I'd have to play a lot more hours to find that out. But um, all the same, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play this. It had a bad release. They released it in full. They released it in full release when it should be in early access. It still feels like it should be in early access, and it has been. Let's see, how long has it been since it released now? It has been out for. Well, not too long. It's been out for 5 days, so we are still very much in the early release of this. So it's quite possible, like the things like that broken multiplayer menu and this game not having copyright, not having any replacement music for copyright music, that stuff could be added in later. But again, this would be a lot more acceptable if they released in early access. They made a huge misstep, a very big misstep, that really hurt a lot of goodwill by releasing this in full release rather than early access. Because if they released it in early access, then it would be a little more excusable because you see that message and you go, okay, well if I buy this game, it may not be finished just yet. But when somebody releases a game outside of early access, then when you see it in the store like that, you're like, oh, this must be a completed game. It's not in early access; it is released. You know, so that sort of expectation does matter. It's not just people being picky or saying, because some people may decide how they're going to spend their money based on whether a game is finished or not. And if you pretend your game is finished and to the consumer, and then they buy the game and find out it's not, that isn't good. But anyways, yeah, the sad thing about all this is I think this game has some really good gameplay. Unfortunately, it has been mired by bad executive decisions on release, and definitely some messy design here and there, and some bad choices with music, story, commanding officer, stuff like that. So I'd say maybe keep an eye on this one, and if the developers learn their lesson and maybe they discount their game, maybe try picking it up then. That's why I suggest, because I think there's actually some fun to be had here, especially if you have some friends you could play it with, maybe. But I wouldn't recommend getting it in its current state or its current price. But that was Warside. Do you guys in the VC have any last thoughts?
Uh, no, not really. I mean, there are a lot of strategy
MVP.
games out there that you can play.
Mhm.
How many of them are like Advance Wars? Because Advance Wars always had a particular little difference between it and other strategy games, right? Kind of how things flow. Which this game was trying to capture, and I think it does in some ways. Honestly, I do. Um, I don't. Have there been any games that have tried to be like Advance Wars besides this one? Besides Advance Wars itself, I mean. I think the silence is an example of what I mean. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people. There's a lot of strategy games out there, but there's not a lot of Advance War style strategy games. So this Warside releasing definitely got people's attention because of that. I think, and that's why there is the reviews there are, because this was something that people were looking forward to. But there's a lot of people who like the Advance War, so it it's a shame that this doesn't quite land for it. It's not terribly far off though. And if you can ignore all the other stuff that I said more about the released stuff and certain qualities about how it's presented with the COs and stories, if you just focus straight on the gameplay, you might have a good time, especially with friends. So, but yeah, I'm just repeating myself at this point. You can check out Warside if you want to. I'd say be cautious if you do, though. And maybe if we're lucky, they'll actually fix this game up a whole bunch, and then it'll be awesome. That's the hope, at least. But that was Warside, and hopefully more people will give it a shot at making Advance Wars like this too, because I think that's not a bad idea. I don't think so.